We're live. Anthony joined. Hum chada, hum chada, hum chada, hum chada, hum chada, hum chada, hum chada. Hum chada, 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 hum chada. Matt, camera's on you. I can't be too loud. My mom does say.
Oh my gosh, that's moves.
Hey, you here?
Hello, hello.
And we are live. Fancy Pants 2018.
Beautiful.
In full commission.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
I'm joined by Anthony Guerrero.
Hello, hello.
Who does not have a camera. Lord Zutting. And okay. Welcome music. And one and only Matty Bips. Thank you. I was not ready for that.
You didn't think I asked that?
Now you feel bad, Joe. You don't have any play on music.
I'm the host. I don't need music.
All right.
Everyone knows who I am. All right, boys. We are here, Fancy Pants 2018, to present two things and two things only. Number one, fantasy team names. And number two, power rankings. So, boys, without further ado, let's get right into the news. Number 12, team name for 2018 as of September 14th, 2018 is Matthew Gilbert. His team name is what? Team 1?
Worst team name of all time. So you delete your team name and you just don't change it? Is that what happens?
I personally disagree.
At least he had the courage to change his
Roll
team.
Tide, right? Wasn't his name Roll Tide?
No, he had Carby throwing something.
Oh, yeah, Carby throwing Green and Benji. So he changed the name to Team 1?
At least he had the audacity to change his name, unlike some people.
I mean, I guess, but like you change it to Team 1.
No, but if you actually think about it, I think he has multiple teams. So it would have to be Team 1 and then whatever his other leagues are, or Team 2, Team 3.
Oh.
Do you think it's for organizational purposes that he has Team 1, Team 2, Team 3?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to more understand what his teams are than fancy.
That's a hot take.
Fancy pants football.
You think that he can't keep track of his own teams in fantasy football? He has that many teams that he has to organize them by number, and then he remembers the number.
He's just a busy man, I guess.
As opposed to making personalized team names and remembering it that way, he makes his own numbers and categorizes them that way.
I assume on Robinhood he does the same thing with his stocks.
Oh, okay. So you think that his fantasy teams are kind of a similar fashion to his stocks. He has stock 1, stock 2, stock 3, not the actual name of the stock. So when he looks at the graphs of the stock and the prices, it doesn't matter what company it is. He just says stock 1, stock 2.
Stock 1, put money. All right.
Okay. All right. Well, that's clearly the last place team name. That's about as unoriginal as you can get. I mean, what else is there to say? Not much. So let's go to number 11, who, okay, this is when the votes start to divulge. So Toscano actually had Burt at number 10. I'm not really sure. He had last place I don't agree with this at all. I'll just say it right now, but Stiggy had him at 10, Anthony at 8, and Toscano last. And that's Terry's 4 Big Macs. And before you guys get into why you don't like this team name, I just want to say this is my number 1 team name of 2018. And I'll tell you why. Because Team Big Mac was by far the worst team name last year. It didn't mean anything. It was uncreative. It was just, Casey came up with it, I think. So Team Big Mac is stupid. But then he drafts Marlon Mack, and Leonard Fournette is his keeper, and he makes the name 4 Big Macs, and I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant to go from the worst team name to actually a name that makes sense with Marlon Mack. But you guys don't agree, so tell me why.
I had no idea that it was because of Marlon Mack.
Oh, God, here we go.
I'm gonna go
Mack with a K.
I still think it's horrible.
I think it's bad because you only have one Mac, and he's not a Big Mac. He's yet to play. So what am I missing?
Oh, that is true.
I think it's just funny because Team Big Mac was completely random, and then he ends up really liking Marlon Mack, and he drafts him, and then it ends up like he plays on last year's team name. Like, this is the first time that somebody's played on a previous year's team name, and also the fact that that name sucked. And I think it's just funny that 4, because Fournette, Big Macs. I think it's kind of clever. I think it's good.
All right.
I think you have very. Anthony, what do you think?
I think he's just copying Chris and just using the same team name as before.
Ooh.
The call-in vote. The call-in vote.
Play on the previous name. This is my number 1 team name. I think it's brilliant stuff. But actually, maybe number 2. Number 1, we all agree, and we'll get to that in about 45 minutes. All right, number 10 is Anthony. Stiggy had him at 7. Ant had himself at 10. Very humble. And Toscano had him at 9. So, what's your Anthony? Why don't you say your team name for us?
Let's get a description over here.
Pennywise still floats Jew.
One more time.
What?
Pennywise still floats Jew.
It sounds like you're saying he floats a Jew, which is kind of.
I saw the movie and I still don't understand.
You'll float too.
Okay.
I like the voice. The voice is making it better.
Yeah. That's exactly how Georgie says it.
But Pennywise doesn't float, you know? He says you're going to, like, I don't really, like, he says, like, you'll float too, right?
Yeah.
So,
Nobody floated in the movie.
but I get why you put Pennywise because Rashad Penny. Yeah,
Yeah.
they floated in the little, like,
Yeah. I don't know.
I thought that it was just too many people didn't watch the movie enough. That's why I gave myself a 10.
You mean the movie?
all right. I think it has potential, but you're not all the way there
I
yet.
think you just need to reword it. And then
All right, we're going next. Number 9 is Alf the Stash. He went as high as 5 for Anthony and as low as 11 for Bips. So, what is Fonz's team name? Oh, something with Rogers, right?
Juju,
JJ Celine.
Rogers, Celine Dion. Or DJ Colin Rogers, Celine Dion. I don't know what that means.
All right. The one thing I love about Fonz's team name is that he uses Rogers every year. And it doesn't make any sense, but the one I think maybe the greatest team name of all time was Benihana with Rogers because it made no sense, but it just fit so beautifully. And the picture of everyone at Benihana, that's one thing I consider when I look at a team name is also the picture. And when he had Benihana with Rogers, even though like nobody knows who Rogers is, I mean I guess Aaron Rodgers, but so I like the Rogers play, but I don't understand this at all. Besides just putting Celine Dion and whoever JJ is, so I don't know what you guys think, but JJ, Colin Rogers, Celine Dion, like is JJ like having sex with a man and he's pretending it's a woman, you know, like a tranny maybe because he's calling her Celine Dion.
All right. I can see that.
And that's all right. But
It was just
you have
a,
to interpret that, you have to dock points, I think.
it was just a long stretch. Like, let's try to put as many names into it as possible. It didn't really work out.
I pictured JJ fucking a man named Rogers, and he's calling the man Celine Dion.
All right. I can see
But that might be a stretch. I don't know.
that.
Matt, you got anything to add, or there's some heavy eye black?
You're talking to me?
Yeah. You have anything to add, or you good?
I don't really understand the name.
Okay, fine. That's why it's number 9. Let's go to Chris at 8.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, go on. I didn't thought you were done.
No, apparently I was.
No. Continue, please. I would love to hear what you have to say.
I don't get it.
Chris at number 9. Let's go to him.
Yep, none of us do. Okay, thanks for adding. Chris, so Chris was actually 11 for Zotes, 12 for Anthony, and then Matt gave him a healthy number 2. So we know who we're going to focus on for this one because Chris would have been last place, I think, if you had put him. He would have been right there with Bert.
Wait, let me get him.
Really,
Let me get him up.
with that 2. And I think Matt doesn't want to admit that he forgot that Chris didn't have Gronk and that it was a team name last year. But let's just give the floor to Matt.
Okay, so let me just put this out there. It's Gronk Jaquizzes and gives you crabs. So I assume
it was a great name last year.
But Rob Gronkowski is going to make jizz onto somebody and then give them crabs STD. I think
it was a top 5 name last year, without a doubt.
Yeah, no, I thought it was still a top 2 name this year.
But the thing is, you can't.
Everyone changes their name. Everyone changes their name, but none of these names are good. Not even mine.
That's a hot take.
But you can't just state random players and have them. Oh, that's funny. Like those are random players because he doesn't have any of those players.
What was that in the league contract?
What?
What clause was that in the league contract?
So I can just make my team name any assortment of random players, and as long as it's funny, it'll be a good name for you.
Absolutely.
It's going to be about the players that are on your own team.
100%.
Okay.
I don't care who you have.
All right, I Black.
Chuckle while I'm in
All
class.
right, I Black. We get it. Number 7. Number 7 is Freddie. Freddie, Zotes gave him 8. Anthony gave him a high number 4, and Toscano at 7. So what is Freddie's team name? Oh, thank you, Matthew, for the Benjamins.
It's a nice gesture.
What?
It's one of the few team names that I can actually say because the other ones are outside my
that's one thing. Like, clarity is definitely important, but here's my problem. Who is Matthew? Why is Freddie thanking Matthew for that? I assume the Benjamins is money. So Matthew is giving Freddie money, and he's thanking him for the money.
He's thanking.
I don't understand the reference.
And Toscano.
Giving him that stock advice, thanking him for the Benjamins.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I'm going to be the worst team, and Freddie is going to be the best team, and he's going to take my money.
Oh.
And he's what? Oh, and he's going to take your money?
Yeah, but I don't think Freddie thought of that. So that's
I think that's a cop out. I don't think that's what he was going for at all. I really don't know though.
I think he just threw in a random player's name on his team and said thank you blank for the Benjamins because he had Kevin Benjamin, which he doesn't have.
He doesn't have anymore. I now have Kevin Benjamin.
So you should throw in thank you for the Benjamins on your team name.
I just I'm sorry, but it just doesn't make sense to me. So that's why if I had voted, it would have been low, but I don't vote because I'm the commissioner and I have to be unbiased.
I also disagree with that. But
okay, well, we'll save that for another day. So Freddie's number 7, about right. Number 6, Marco Grimm. So Zoltine had him at 3.
I thought that was a great
7, Vips at 8, and I would have had Marco high too because
what the how you guys not
obviously took a lot of effort. He didn't just make it on the spot. And I think it's solid. More greens for Nuclear Dookies.
How is that?
Got 4 players in there, and
who cares? It's not funny.
What?
It's not funny. You eat more greens, and you have Nuclear Dookies. How is that not funny? That's like as funny as a team name comes.
What greens are you eating that you're having Nuclear Dookies?
Come on, man. Would you expand your horizons a little bit?
Okay, sorry, I'm not keto like you.
Oh.
First of all, bro, you can't have that many greens on keto. Otherwise, you get knocked out of ketosis. But that's for another day. More greens for Nuclear Dookies. That is
Anthony's.
That is funny. I'm like, that is funny. That is a good team name.
So let's keep it quiet over there.
What happened?
What?
Oh, and you got something? Wait, what happened? What'd you say? He goes quiet. The crowd silencer.
All right.
Wait, what did he say?
So let's keep it quiet over there.
What did you say?
I'm trying to get my camera working. I don't really know.
Change the subject. Anyway, I think it's fun. I mean, all right, like obviously eating vegetables, Nuclear Dookies, it's a stretch, but I think it ties in well together. It's not a top 3 name; it's a top 5 name. I like it. I like Nuclear Dookies. I think that's a solid Marco creation. Matt, you don't look very impressed though.
No, I'm not a big fan of Marco.
Oh, of Marco in general. You want to voice your displeasure? You want to say something about it?
I'll save it for the.
Ooh, I could put in something in, but it's.
Yeah, please do.
But it's
Whoever wants to, if anybody has anything to say, speak
If
now.
I could,
The
if I
camera.
had the chance to change Marco's team name, Zotes, would you like to? Would you like to step on in?
We'll do it during the power rankings. We'll get there. We'll,
Mm.
And you want to change the team name?
Yeah, we'll get it in like 45 minutes.
If you have a team name concern, then voice the team name concern right now.
No, we'll get into it. In
All right,
45
all
minutes
right.
from now.
I'll let you do that. Next up, number 5 is Zoltan. You guys are pretty much in the same boat as far as voting for Zoltan. I gotta say, this was pretty creative, honestly. I mean, it's only one player, but I like the team name.
Hilarious.
I didn't think he came up with it on his own, but apparently he did, listening to a Joe Rogan podcast.
A Reddit team name.
The Nobel Peace Prize, or the Nobel Prize. And I think it's funny.
And the picture goes along with it. It's funny.
It's kind of sarcastic, like the prize for not having Le'Veon Bell, Nobel Prize. Matt, what do you think? I think it's pretty good.
I think he got it off of Reddit, but it's still very funny.
Oh, Zotes, do you want to?
I don't even go on Reddit.
What?
I don't go on Reddit if I'm being.
Go on Reddit. I think you came up with it.
Yeah, right. Get that
No,
out.
I actually don't go on Reddit.
Oh, come on.
No.
Came up with that. Shut up.
Oh, is this like a little insulting?
No, I don't really care about this man with the eye black. You can say whatever he wants.
Bro, I'll spear you.
Anthony, do you like the name?
Oh yes, if I wish I could just look Zotin in the eye and give him a firm handshake because he's being a good sport
I don't
about
think
this.
it's possible to look someone in the eye and give him a handshake via.
You need a webcam for that one, buddy.
We'll save that for another day. Number 4, Matthew Toscano. So Zotin gave him a nice number 1, but then
Ooh.
Anthony lowered the stock with a number 9, and Bibbs put himself at 5. So he comes in at number 4. So Zotes, why don't you start with why you love the name?
He just had to be there during Buffalo Wild Wings. That was
That's true. He did reveal it during Buffalo Wild Wings, and I had a hearty laugh when he came up with it.
I
So
was crying when he said.
because he did change it once, but right now it stands. So first it was going to be like Carry On Diggin' White Walker's brand,
No.
but then you got Carry On Diggin' White's brand, and that was going to be it. But then you came up with the Carry On twice, which I think is nice.
I like the carry on twice. That's why I put him.
Carry On Diggin' White Walker, like WW stands for White Walkers, for those of you that don't know. So Carry On Diggin' White Walker's brand, and obviously brand. He did something with. I mean, he didn't really dig White Walkers, right? But he interacted with them. So Carry On Diggin' White Walker's brand. Carry on. Carry on. I approve of what you're doing with the White Walkers. Carry on. Keep doing it.
Carry on, carry on.
So
Man.
I'm a fan. It kind of sucks you couldn't get the white in there because then you would have had an extra. Who was white?
Some more characters for the character.
Wait,
But-
do you have Kevin White anymore? Was it Kevin White?
Yeah, what about him?
He's gone.
Yeah, but he was there.
I mean, I like to keep the player there if it's gonna be on the team.
John.
But I mean, you put the WW in, so Carry On, Dig, and Carry On, and Brand. Brandon Cooks. Okay, solid.
I had
Carry
Carry
On, Dig, and White Walker's Brand. Carry On. This is a very long episode. This has probably already been 20 minutes. Maybe we'll break it up into 2. What do you guys think?
I agree.
So they can listen to this or the other or both, All right, number 3 is Joey. So Joey, I'm very surprised he even made a team name. And then he also made a great team name, in my opinion. So Steve had him at 4, Ant at 2, Biff at 6. And just to get it right, his team name was One Girl, One Cup, Feelin' Horny. I mean, not much really to say about this. It's a very solid name. It's a top 3 kind of name. I mean, he got Todd Gurley, Cooper Kupp, Adam Thielen in there, Anybody want to take the lead on this one? Anything to add?
He was one of the first ones to change his name, which
Yeah, surprising,
is
right?
also surprising.
That was a high name. I like
But
that.
he had a lot of time to think about it. He knew he had the 1 pick, so he knew he was getting Todd.
And he had Thielen, so that, you know.
Thielen, so he had some time to think about it.
What was his name last year? Anybody remember? I feel like he used Thielen too. Cricket.
No
Let
idea.
me get to you.
All right, yeah, get back to me on that. But I feel like he used the Thielen again. But even still, I mean, it's a clear reference. It's a clear meaning.
We all know what he's trying to reference. Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't say
I
it's
got
the
a
best name.
Thielen
If I had any criticism, it's not. Doesn't have that it factor, but solid name.
It was I got a Thielen poops are brown.
Yes, thank you. So he had the Thielen with Thielen, so he kind of, you know, probably thought it girly. Yeah, I can understand the thought process, but still. Matt, you got anything to add?
Yeah, I just thought it was 2 girls, 1 cup. So if you could have done 2 whatever and then 1 cup, or 2 girls actually.
Wait, I didn't even realize that.
Why did he not say that?
Because he only has 1 girly.
6. It was such a good name, but he didn't do 2. It doesn't make any sense. Nobody's going to give him issue.
Wow, I did not even realize that it was 2 girls, 1 cup. Did you realize that, Stig?
What?
He put 1 girl, 1 cup.
Yeah.
Why did he put 1?
Because he has 1 girly.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
I mean,
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Because it would have been 20 times more funny if it was 2 girls, 1 cup.
but he's only got 1 girly.
Dude, I honestly didn't even realize that. I thought he was watching that video and he was feeling horny because of it, which is funny because have you the video the girl shits in the other girl's mouth?
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, but it was 2 girls. All right, so he should make it 2 girls. I forgot that it was 2 girls, honestly.
But 2 girls, 1 cup. He's top 3, easy.
Okay. And have you ever seen that video?
It'll right after this episode.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Okay.
Reviewing probably.
So I honestly don't agree with this, but I came in number 2. It's not my best team name.
I don't agree with it.
I don't agree with that at
I
all.
mean, you put me at 3, Matt put me at 3, and Stiggy put me at 5. But I averaged out to number 2.
No, Matt, what'd you
Not
do?
a bad name. You're right, Matt?
Back.
What happened? Well, Andy said I'm going to get right to it.
Face.
I mean, I like my name. I kind of like that. It's easy to say. It rolls off the tongue. You'll do Folk and Newton. It's not bad, but it's only 2 players. I'll leave it at that. I don't know if you guys want to add anything.
Yeah, if it wasn't McGregor, I would have lowered you to 10.
10?
He wouldn't have come up with a name if it wasn't for McGregor.
I mean, it's a clear reference. Yeah, I wouldn't have said it if it wasn't McGregor.
McGregor never said it. He would. Fucking Newton.
And I think I've seen the picture. I think the picture kind of flows too. I'll just leave it at that. But you know, I think it's all right. I would put myself below Joey, honestly. But honestly, I think it's kind of a weak crop of names this year. Maybe people will adjust their names, but I mean, it's not that weak. It's just, you know, I mean, there's just nothing that's really catches my eye. I would put Terry and spoiled it. All right, let's go to number 1. I don't know where Matt went, but number 1 is Cam. I think this was pretty obvious, but Stiggy had him at 2, Anthony at 1, Toscano at 1. So the clear number 1. And let me just get the name up so I don't fuck it up. Reek barks, good God, at Bald Chubbs. So, I mean, this is like an unprecedented 6 players. I think the previous high was 5. Tyreek Hill, Saquon Barkley, Chris Godwin, Doug Baldwin, and Nick Chubb. And it's a Game of Thrones reference, which I know you don't understand, Stiggy, but Reek got his dick and balls cut off, and so he barked, good God, at Bald Chubbs. I've been talking too much. Stig, do you want to say something about this?
I had no idea what he meant, so that's why I put him at 2. I put him at 2 because it was a lot of people's names. I respect that.
Yeah,
but,
you got 6 names in there,
I don't-
and they're all. I mean, maybe Nick Chubb is not like a high player on his team, but aside from that, like everybody is like a good player. Which
no, it's a good name, but I just
they're
didn't
gonna
get
get the
the
team.
reference.
What?
I just didn't get the reference.
Ant, you never watched Game of Thrones, right?
No.
Okay.
We're
Well,
busy, Ant. We're busy.
Reek got his entire dick and balls cut off, so he barked "Good God" at Bald Chubb. So it actually makes sense too. It's pretty clever. Matt, just in time. Do you like Cam's team name? I mean, you put him at number 1, so I assume you do.
Yeah, I think it's a good Game of Thrones reference. I thought he had plenty of people in it. Honestly, I thought
Who's Bald Chubbs?
everyone's
Bald Chubb. Like if you have
Bald
a chub and your dick is, I mean, your hair is bald.
yeah.
He doesn't have a chub if it was cut off though.
No, if he sees one, he barks, "Good God!"
Oh God, you have to see the show.
He's
Out of 12 that has seen the show doesn't mean it's not.
Good God.
Is he looking at dicks all the time?
Okay, I mean, it's not like a fucking,
Let's end
it's
this.
not like a memoir, but I think it's a solid reference.
I don't know. You're questioning Freddie about getting his Benjamins. Why can't I?
That's referencing nothing.
He
Who's
looks
Matthew?
all the
Why
time.
is he thanking Matthew? Why is Matthew paying him money? I need to know more about it.
No, people get money more than people are looking at dicks and yelling "Good God."
Well, if you're talking about me, I would hope that the reference to Matthew is that he's sending me a tight end, so I'd send him about $5 to $10.
If that was his reasoning, I'll move him up. I'm gonna send Cam the link here, see if he joins. If not, should we stop? Let's just keep going. Honestly, fuck it. I was gonna say start a new one, but Anthony's gonna have like 6,000 issues, and I don't feel like dealing with it.
You put in the comments that power rankings start at
Yeah, solid idea. All right.
wherever we are. Just say power rankings start at whatever.
All right, let's go to power rankings. Hopefully, people listen this far. Maybe we can make this into a podcast or something. In the car. Solid podcast. Number 12, Matt Gilbert. It's just kind of sad because he used to be such a force in fantasy, but I mean, he obviously is not as invested as he used to be. Obviously he's in the real world now and works the job and everything. But honestly, I don't think that's a real excuse. Marco downloads that cheap ass fucking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Draft a great team. So, he's got a lot of money. He could invest in some premium information. I'm trying to pull up his team. Do you guys have any notes on his team? Anything you want to add?
Jordan Howard, Christian McCaffrey. I think Larry Fitz is number 1 receiver.
I think he drafted Jordan Howard round 1. That's pretty bad.
Howard and McCaffrey. I don't really mind Jordan Howard, like where he took him, but the problem with Gilbert is
Shit keeper.
The problem with Gilbert, he had no. So Derrick Henry was not a good keeper. Week 1, he struggled. He only had 4 points, and his number 2 receiver is Robbie Anderson, who had 1 target last week. Great,
That's what I was gonna say.
touchdown, but that's still tough. And now he's starting Brandon Marshall, wide receiver 3. So I mean, his team's honestly not that bad. Like Deshaun Watson should be better. Kelsey should be better. Jordan Howard and McCaffrey is actually a solid 1 too. So I'm kind of surprised you guys voted him that low. I don't know. If you guys
though. I feel like he's taken Deshaun off of what he did last year.
He did take him very early. I remember because I was thinking about taking him because I took Will Fuller. He drafted him 84, so not that early, but I think he was the second quarterback off the board. So, yeah. Ant, you got anything to say?
Well, he was not the second quarterback off the board.
There's just like no one guaranteed to score like 18 plus.
I
I mean, you don't think McCaffrey could?
I mean, not every week. I think his floor is like 10 points. He's solid, but
not that high of a ceiling, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm really not big on Gilbert's team. I think his 1-2 that he picked were horrible. and then he tried to, kind of correct himself, but it really didn't work.
All right.
In general, I'm just gonna have the mindset that wherever you pick is where your team is going to be in our league. Other than Joey picking one, because Joey's a moron.
Wherever you pick is where your power ranking's going to be.
For the most part.
All right, let's move to the next person. Number 11, he had the number. I don't remember pick. Zoltan, what pick do you have?
9.
Number 9. So he came in behind where he picked number 11. Anthony at 11, Zotin 11. Bips, you rated Zotin as your last place team. Let's start with you. What do you not like about Stiggy's team?
What's his name?
The Nobel Prize.
The Nobel Prize. I don't even have him up on my.
Stiggy, let's start with you then.
Everyone else. Stiggy's
What do
team,
you guys say?
he reached from pick about 4 until the last.
See, that
I tried to trade with him, and it was so hard. And I traded Joku.
My only person is Kittle. Why would I give you Kittle?
You know I'm going to pick up pretty much every tight end by the end of the year.
I'm not going to give you Kittle or Njoku because I'm
All
a Bears fan.
Here's what I got to say. Stiggy did I think he did more research than maybe anybody else in the league. You had that the secret book, and it was actually pretty solid. You were telling me things that I can't believe you knew, and then I think you kind of panicked. And I don't know if you like just lost track of where we were in the draft, but after like a certain point, like once you took, I think Anthony Miller.
Anthony Miller's his flex.
Then you took like Kiki Kuti, then like Cameron Meredith, then like or Baker and like Clement. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Way too.
Want to talk about it? I don't know what happened because you were having a good draft before then, but now your bench is like just very like it's very sleepery.
Not much to say. Bench sucks. My running back 1 and 2 this week is Peyton Barber, Mike Gillislee. Probably gonna get a combined of 8 points.
Gillislee had -0.8 last week.
Everyone wants Le'Veon Bell. I'm not gonna trade him. You heard it here first. I'm gonna save it.
Breaking news.
So I can confirm myself not losing the league. Yeah, that's about it. Just want everyone to know that right now.
Anyone else?
Anthony?
Unlucky votes. Unlucky.
Happens. I'll bounce back. I'll get a win this year.
Also, Josh Gordon.
I'm gonna Could I
wide
put
receiver
3? I think that's bad. I think it was just bad drafting. I think Stiggy went for the whole like big mindset. Hey, I drafted this guy and no one else is drafting him. Like Anthony Miller flex. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
It's just
I'm going to kid with 6 tight ends on his team.
Yeah, I don't need to hear that.
Well, I'm gonna get
outside the box.
I'm getting Kittle, so don't worry about that.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you try?
I sent this kid a trade offer today. He sent me back an offer with Jordan Reed. He requested Jordan Reed from my team, like specifically over other players. Over receivers that I had. He specifically requested Jordan Reed. And then I said, all right, Jordan Reed, but I need Evan Ingram, and he quickly refused the trade. And like it was like a serious trade. Like I had Marvin Jones and like Marshawn Lynch were the 2 key components, and he sent Jordan Reed in over and like took away like it's like a bunch of my receivers that are in the deal. Just wanted Jordan Reed. No, I don't understand why. I really don't get it. As if like Jordan Reed.
This is not a great strategy, Bibbs. You got to rethink your strategy.
From the guy whose bench scored about 12 points combined.
All right.
On the bench, I don't need him.
The last thing I'll say about Stiggy's team, like I think there is hope if Le'Veon comes back. Because if Le'Veon comes back and Devonta's fine, he has Le'Veon and Devonta at running back 1 and 2, which is very good. And then he has who's your other running back? Peyton Barber at flex, which is fine. Josh Gordon could easily like become like a high wide receiver 2. Demarius is solid, and I think Sammy is underrated. And George Kittle is going to be a top 10 tight end easily. So
whoa.
I'm just saying it's not, like not all hope is lost. Like
Top three. Come on. George Kittle. We all know what's going to happen here.
George Kittle's a beast.
Yeah, my team, that's what's
I wouldn't get rid of George Kittle unless you got a really good deal. And
No, he's going to be my keeper next year.
He's going to sit on his bench all year. But it's not like not all hope is lost.
I'm waiting.
You gotta hope Le'Veon comes back and maybe play the waiver wire a little better and try to get a running back. Like you definitely should have got Philip Lindsay. So next week you should definitely see who's available at running back and probably
we know who I'm picking up tomorrow. Actually,
we don't know. I don't think you want us to know.
No.
Oh.
All right, I don't want you to reveal anything. So let's go to the next person, and that's Marco. Anthony had him at 10, Zota 8, Matt at 9. So, I mean, this is pretty low, I think. I mean, Dookie's put up numbers last week, right? I don't know exactly how many points he had, but let me ask you guys, as I pull up the team here, what you guys think of Marco's team. Whoever wants to jump in.
What's his name?
Oh,
Team
where do I
read?
Beta, in my opinion. Getting what?
What did you say?
Team Beta.
Team Beta.
Getting everyone's cuff up. You know, James Conner, Le'Veon Bell comes back, irrelevant. Devonta Freeman, he comes back. Tevin Coleman, RB2 at best? Question mark.
Right.
David Johnson, his cuff up. You got to be mad about that.
I think you mean handcuff, not cuff up.
Cuff up.
Cuff up?
Cuff up.
Cuff up. His cuff up. Definitely meant to say handcuff the entire time, and now it's sticking with cuff up.
Cuffing season. Marco. He had an idea. He went with it.
Matt's keeping a very straight face. I thought you would lose it at that, but I guess not. I guess you're okay with the cuff up terminology.
I don't know. Marco just pisses me off so often.
All right, just let it out. Let's just get it out because I've been hearing rumblings, and I just want everyone to get it off their chest.
I'm fine.
All right. Yeah, you want me to get Marco?
Like all three of you have gripes with Marco. So
okay.
No, because this is his plan.
Those hella picks. Lamar Miller. How many times is he getting the ball? Let's be real. He's not getting the ball. He's not getting the ball.
Last week, Lamar Miller got 20 carries.
There's no way. No, I don't want to hear it. It's not about carries per, PPC.
No, I said carry.
Where James Conner, what has he got? 2 weeks, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Hot.
Anyways, going on. DeAndre Hopkins, okay. AJ Green, okay. Allen Robinson, who the fuck is that? He's not going to get shit. Zach Ertz, if you're trying to have a good tight end, why don't you just trade with me? Because you don't really know what you're doing. You keep Zach Ertz like a moron, and you keep asserting that he's a good keeper. He's not.
When he gets Zach Ertz?
Tevin Coleman. Okay, Devonta Freeman comes back. So what happens next other than you losing Tevin Coleman as any viable option? His bench is trash. His bench is all handcuffs. Rex Burkhead, Robert Woods, Duke Johnson Jr., Sterling Shepard, DJ Moore, Chase Edmonds, Ryan Grant. Those are all handcuffs, and he has the audacity to say his team is good right now. No way. No way. I don't care he beat me week 1. I don't care.
Let's go. Let's go.
That was awesome. I really
It's not awesome. It's about what's right.
What's right. He's a man for the people.
Marco's team, when it comes later in the season, this is not going to produce.
You guys think Marco's team is built for short-term success, not so much later-on playoff potential?
Marco, sleeper to do the open mic night.
He's
a sleeper for open mic night?
Yep.
Well.
Okay.
While we were doing team name ratings,
what?
I think. Remember while we were doing team rankings, I said he should change his name.
Team Beta.
Team Handcuff.
Team Handcuff.
Handcuff. Team Beta. All right. Yeah. I mean, right now, Marco's team I think is very good, but I do agree. If he does lose James Conner, if Le'Veon comes back, running backs get a little shaky. You have Burkhead or Burkhead. Burkhead is solid, I guess.
He's in a
We'll see
committee.
what
You don't want that.
Michelle.
What?
How many running backs are there? Sonny Michelle, James White. What are you gonna do?
You can't do the Patriots running backs and think that you're not going to have either a funny stand-up comedy routine or some kind of good song that you have to perform in front of all of us.
Stand-up comedy.
And also later down, you need to wait for who's the Dante Foreman or whatever his name is coming back. So
That's
long term.
Ooh, great point, Fave. So Lamar Miller and James Conner, both shaky long term as Toscano exits stage right. Okay, let's go. I think it's stage left actually. All right, so we're going very slow, but it's an in-depth analysis. The league should appreciate this. So number 9 is Terry. Anthony has him at 9. Zote's at 6. Bips at 8. So he comes in at 9, even though his rankings were a little bit higher, but that's just
Doesn't make sense.
out. So let's go to Terry's team, which is the 4 Big Macs, which I think is brilliant, but you guys disagree with. Anybody want to take the floor on Terry's team and where he stands?
Ooh, can you give me a quick rundown of his team?
Yeah. So Mahomes at quarterback. So obviously week 1, he was only the 3rd ranked quarterback. I mean,
I
Jesus.
like Mahomes. I love Mahomes.
What?
I like Mahomes. I don't know why. Terry had some really bad picks in the draft, in my opinion.
So he had 29 points week 1, so he was a monster. Leonard Fournette, who's hurt, but actually is questionable for next week. Isaiah Crowell, who had a big week, but that was mainly off one 60-yard touchdown, which I wouldn't expect Isaiah Crowell to get on a weekly basis. Antonio Brown, obviously solid. Amari Cooper really struggled, only had 1 catch. Jarvis Landry, 106 yards, solid, but, as Josh gets more work, and Njoku had a slow week as well, probably not going to see 100 yards that many times, I would expect, but who knows. Benjamin Watson, so not the best tight end in the world, but not a bad streamer this week. And then Michael Crabtree, who had 7 points last night, 5 catches, 56 yards.
Not great.
Oh, wow. He actually has Brady. I forgot. He's sitting Brady for Mahomes, which Brady's at Jacksonville. That makes sense, I
He
think.
took Brady in the 3rd round.
Yeah, he took Brady way too early. So actually, So Deshaun was the 3rd quarterback. He wasn't the 2nd. But
Well, he's trading me Brady.
he's going to trade you Brady?
Yeah, he's waiting for after the week.
What's the trade?
Breaking news.
Tight ends.
Tight ends. Well, it makes sense because he's starting Benjamin Watson this week. So,
Exactly.
he has Doug, but he has a weird bench. He has Delaney on IR. He has Doug Martin, who's just not even worth rostering. He has Des Bryant, who's not worth rostering. TJ Yeldon is just a handcuff. Mike Williams is all right. Kalen Ballage he had 0 points last week. Marlon Mack is questionable. So Terry's depth is very weak. His starters are okay, but I don't know. You guys have any thoughts? Anyone have any hot takes?
That's unlucky with Leonard Fournette.
He'll be fine.
Him taking Tom Brady was an issue. Marlon Mack, I think he'll come back. That's a place, but he's going to probably take Jordan Wilkins snaps.
His team doesn't wow you, though, right? Doesn't wow you.
Wow me. Definitely not a playoff contender, but he'll be fine in the losers bracket.
Okay.
Just the RB2. Who's his RB2 with? Because Crowell
and Powell got the same amount of touches, I think, or maybe 1 less than Powell.
I know, but I feel like if the Jets are down, which there's a chance they will be, they'll go for the pass catching. They'll go for the pass catching back in blah pow.
All right, number 8, Chris Peterson. Anthony at 7, Zotes at 5, Bips at 10. So Bips, you're pretty low on Chris. Any thoughts? You want to pull up the team real quick?
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Chris's name is the same one as last year because
I got it.
Got better things to do than
Horrible team. I think he kind of panic picked Carlos Hyde, and I know for a fact that Chris is really regretting that pick.
He panic picked Chris Hogan for sure.
Yeah.
And Carlos Hyde. You can't panic pick two people.
What?
He panic picked two people.
Yeah, dude, I feel like the entire draft he was panic picking. He like would pick someone up and like pull the room before he took him, and would be like, "Oh, what do you got?" Like,
yeah,
I don't know how much effect, but like,
I don't know. And then he picked them. Everyone's like, "What the hell are you doing?" So you have ODB, Odell Beckham Jr. If you don't know the initials, and then you have Michael Thomas, great 1-2. I'll give him that. Great 1-2.
Yeah.
But then you have nobody. Jimmy Graham is trash. You should probably trade him to me.
Right.
His whole bench is wide receivers for the most part. He has Sony Michel and Jordan Wilkins. Jordan Wilkins is going to be horrible, especially when Matt comes back.
Too.
He has two, like, I don't know. Chris Carson, horrible. Not a flex. He has Chris Carson as flex. He's not a flex. He's like a deep sleeper. And same with Sony Michel is a sleeper. Jordan Wilkins is a sleeper. So he's kind of hoping on one of these backup running backs to be his flex when they're not going to be. And then he has Carlos Hyde and James White that are just – they're not good. They're not RB1, RB2. They're both – like maybe flex options, but you have him as RB1, RB2. That's not good. You don't want that. I'm low on Chris's team.
I agree. I think Chris Hogan
will get a shit
reach in the third round. I think his value is predicated on him like going later in drafts, and he pretty much just neutralized that by taking him in the third.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He kind of panicked in that round because he was pretty set on taking Alex Collins.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he's pretty set on that. So Fawn's taking that pick from him. He might have ruffled his feathers a little bit, but I think Chris Hill will go bounce back.
He had a rough week one.
He had a rough week one, but then again, it is.
And he has a rough matchup week 2.
What?
Yeah.
Tough matchup week 2. I think part of the reason why it was hyped was because 4 games. He was the guy.
Bringing Denzel into the frame here. Hello, Denzel. You want to say hi to the people?
Oh, hello, Tony.
Hello. Hi. How are you doing? Okay. So everyone's down on Chris. Chris sucks. Okay. Number 7. Matthew Joseph Toscano. He comes in at number 6 on Anthony. Number 9 on Zotes, and number 7 on Toscano himself. So, Zotes, you're pretty low on Biffs. Why don't you talk us through it? You want to pull them up?
Way too many tight ends.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Way too many tight ends. I mean, if you could start more than 2 tight ends, I would respect it. But you can't. So
you can still start 2, though, which he's not.
I'm gonna be starting. I might be starting 2 this week. Depends on how I'm feeling on Martavis.
The tight end I traded you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna trade you back for Corey Clement because he's irrelevant.
Okay.
What's Matt's team? Who's you got at quarterback?
I'm a fan of Matt's team.
Whenever you're done, I'm gonna try to defend my team in 20 seconds or less.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Dalvin Cook is a very good RB1. Marshawn, Devonta Adams, Brandon Cooks, Stephon Diggs. Those are all very solid starters. We got Kyle Rudolph as my tight end, solid starter. Chris Thompson, he had 20 points last week. He's the number 8, like his number 8 running back. You gotta respect that. Yeah, maybe Jimmy G isn't all that, but Aaron Cole is my IR, and I have Carson Wentz ready to take Jimmy G's spot.
No, I actually kind of like your starting lineup.
No.
My starting
I like it.
is good, but
Starting lineup is solid, but it's the same thing with Terry. Like, after your starting lineup, you literally have nothing to work with. Like, Corey Clement is a handcuff. Darren Sproles is not even a handcuff. Carson Wentz, like, who knows? Like, he's a backup quarterback.
not when he's in.
Yeah, I mean, will he come back to MVP form right off the get-go? Like, I don't know. Josh Doxson is like, he had 1 catch last week. Tariq Cohen, like I have no confidence. He had 5 points.
Cohen's coach,
the tight end, which you already have, and Carry-on's like solid, but he only had 5 points last week. So
Carry-on's very good for my team name, and also Tariq Cohen's coach said that he's very excited for the amount of catches that Tariq Cohen could get. So I'm pretty
say a lot of things.
Cohen has.
Matt, I bid for Cohen last year.
Catches. What?
You put like $99 on Cohen.
Yeah, I put $99, and I started my flex, and he was an utter disappointment.
Okay, new coach, new me.
All right.
What's the coach's name?
John Watkins.
John Watkins. All right, next team is Fonz. Fonz came in at number 6. You guys had him all around the same. I mean that's just classic Fonz right there. You know, middle of the pack, nothing to write home about. Never really anything spectacular. So obviously we're looking for Rodgers. JJ Colin Rodgers, Celine Dion. Who wants to start with Fonz?
Boring.
Hey, favorite.
Want me to read it off?
Can we skip?
Yeah, I mean, pretty boring. So, like, Aaron Rodgers, Alex Collins. How many points did he have last night? I think stopped work. He had like 11.7. So, like, not bad, but only 9 carries. Dion Lewis, actually, I think Dion Lewis actually might end up being, like, a little bit of a value. Especially with Derrick Henry looking like shit. Julio, Devin Funchess blows cock. Jordy Nelson blows cock. Gronk is awesome. And Geronimo at flex is like, yeah. His bench sucks too. So, I mean, like this isn't a league-winning team. It's not the worst team. It's about right here. I don't know if anybody wants to add anything about any player.
I agree with everything you said. I want to move on to the next person.
Anyone else? Matt? Ant?
I mean,
pretty average.
Ant?
He's got. I just don't like his wide receivers side. Julio Funchess is just.
Yeah, he took him early too. Like I don't understand that. He took him at 78, which like I guess isn't that early, but it was still kind of high. I remember thinking like, wow, like that was kind of high for Devin Funchess with all the weapons.
Jordy Fonzo's been dreaming since like 4 years ago about having the Aaron Rodgers Jordy Nelson combo.
Yeah, he finally
just had to wait for Jordy to leave.
All right, number.
Same percentage of offensive snaps as Kareem Hunt.
Who?
Little fun fact: Dion Lewis.
Wait, Kareem had a lot.
What?
So Dion, what was it, like 70 something?
71%.
Yeah, I mean he looks good, and he's a very good running back. Like I think Derrick Henry's also good, but I mean Dion got the job done, and Derrick didn't. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. I think it's still going to be tough on a week-by-week basis. Like, how many touchdowns?
Derrick Henry, the keeper, only had 20 snaps.
All right, you're boring us with these stats. You're boring us. We're going to the next player. Matt's falling asleep. Joey, so number 5. So, by the way, this is playoff territory. So, Fonz is projected the last seed according to our rankings. Joey's number 5. One girl, one cup, feeling horny. Doesn't make sense. Should be 2 girls, 1 cup, as we established. Matt, I want you to start us off here. Tell me what you think about Kenyon Drake. What do you think about Kenyon Drake?
I'm not a big fan of Kenyon Drake, to be honest. I think Joey has a pretty solid team. I know he picked up Jared Goff for Tyler Eifert. I actually traded, believe it or not, for Tyler Eifert. But I found out that Joey dropped him after we completed the trade, so I did not trade for Tyler Eifert.
What was the trade?
A slow showing, I guess I could put it that way, very slow on Thursday Night Football. But Joey's team in general, I like Gurley, I like Evans, I like Kupp, I like Thielen. That's a good 4 to have your team. Like backed on, but his tight end, his flex, his quarterback, he's got a couple question marks. But in this league, with everyone knowing exactly what they're doing, I think Joey's team is average at best. It's another Fonz team where it's like you're not going to win, but you're not going to lose, so whatever.
No, his team's better than – I mean, Todd Gurley is the number 1 player in fantasy. Kenyon will give you boom and bust weeks. Mike Evans, I think, is underrated. Cooper Kupp is solid. Thielen is obviously very good. I mean, he's starting Matt Breida at flex, which is like we're not sure how that's going to pan out. So I think he actually has a good team. I know Stiggy really wants to chime in here, so I'm going to ask him for his 2 cents.
What about Joey's team?
Yeah. Okay, and you got anything to say?
I think his team's just very hit or miss. There's no consistency. It's just Todd Gurley.
Ooh, ouch. Damn, sending some
Goff is going to go off every game.
Tone in his voice.
Is going to steal all his goal line touchdowns.
That was the greatest.
That is some funny stuff right there.
It needs that like behind the scenes translated. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead to number 4, Anthony Guerrero. He came in at number 4 on all 3 of our analyst picks.
Thank you.
A consensus here. Not top 3, but number 4. Solid.
Thank you.
Here. Anthony, it is your team. Why don't you
no,
last week's top scorer?
I'm kicking my feet up, relaxing. I want to hear you guys talk about my team.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Not the best team name, but the overall team did put up the most points last week. Kenny Stills really pulled it out for you at the end. I thought I had it in the bag. I shook Anthony's hand before I left. I was up by like 20 points. I was like, good week. It's a long season. And then Kenny Stills just went fucking crazy. Zotes, you got any thoughts on the team?
Give me a sec.
All right, Matt, you got any thoughts on the team? I feel like we're losing our energy and our passion here, and we're in the top 4. So we need to rebound for the final 4, and then we can all go to bed.
All right, and I like how you bet a lot for Jared Cook. I mean, Derek can't throw to anyone else. Royce,
sorry again.
Big fan of that pick. You really put your balls on the table on that one right there. Melvin Gordon.
Balls on the table.
That's your baby right there. You got to take care of Melvin. Do not trade him to anyone.
I was close to that.
Someone did offer me Kareem Hunt.
Interesting. What is this face, Phil?
I was trying to raise an eyebrow, and I couldn't do it.
You looked a little
Blink Twice has been nodding his head for 2 minutes straight. I want to see.
That's about to go off. So, Stig, unless you got something to say, I'm going to have to cut you short because I want to hear the scandal eruption. Go ahead, Matt.
I'm going to hear Jared Cook.
Oh, man, the dramatic pause.
Jared Cook. $32. $32. I bet $27 for this guy. I bet my life on this guy. I wanted him, Jared Cook. He had one good half. I watched all the ESPN stuff. One good half. And you're telling me you're bidding $32 for a tight end. A tight end that doesn't matter. I guarantee he scores about 0.8 points next week. I guarantee it. And you're paying $32 for him? I cannot believe it. Honestly, he's got an okay team. Andrew Luck, Melvin Gordon, Royce Freeman. Royce Freeman's like one of those guys like right on the edge. But if you're going to bet $32 for a tight end who performed in one half of the first week, it does not make sense. It does not.
You bet 27. You bet 27.
I bid 27, of course.
Makes sense
for a guy who's going to score 0 points.
I'm cornering the market, Tony. You don't understand. But $32 for Jared Cook is going to be a trash tight end in about a week. I just don't understand that. I just don't. And I think Kenny Stills as a starter is not good. I think Kenny Stills is like one of those one-hit wonders where he'll be a one-hit wonder. Give him like week 1, he's good. And then maybe week 6, he's good. And then maybe week 12, he's good.
You think
I think he's
goes down.
I would go with Pennywise still flows Juju. I think he's highly overrated.
Juju.
Highly overrated. Bilal Powell, 20 whatever points. Like, highly overrated.
He had 8 points.
20 points.
Oh, I was thinking my PPR league. Sorry.
So you think that Anthony should sell high on Kenny Stills? You don't think he's going to be a long-term viable asset?
I think Anthony's bench is much better than his starters.
Interesting.
That's
Wow.
debatable.
Other
Gallup
than,
Gallup
other than
had
obvious Andrew
110.
Luck, Melvin Gordon, like, give me that. Keenan Allen, like, obviously those are starters, but
Scott Penny,
everyone else, I
Alshon
think
Bird,
is
John
Spencer
Ross.
Ware. Spencer Ware is someone I want. I would trade a tight end for him.
Wow.
Evan,
He doesn't give
let's
away
do Ingram.
easily.
Ingram
Spencer
for
Ware,
Ware.
why do you want Spencer Ware?
I'll do Ingram for Ware.
Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me?
Send it.
Then why do you want Spencer Ware? He played like 20% of the snaps. You cannot start him. He's only a handcuff. He has no
Oh, Bill's getting red.
Cuff
Let me
him.
just
Do
report my
it.
hate.
Do it.
Send it.
Just why don't you sleep on it, Matt? Just sleep on it.
And the trade.
I'll deny it.
All right, we're spending too much time on Anthony. We get it. Mediocre team, whatever. Make the playoffs, lose in week 12. All right, we got it. All right, now the big boys, the big three, the big tunas. Everybody knows it's all a fun song and dance until week 13 when the big three and whoever else wants to join the party is in the playoffs. It's all just a formality until then. So number 3 comes in, number 1 team name, number 3 power ranking, Cameron Diaz. Anthony had him at 2, Zotes had him at 3, and Matt had him at 3. So let's talk about Cameron's team. He definitely has a solid team. He's in the big 3 for a reason. But you guys had him at number 3 out of the big 3, which I find telling. So let's go ahead and pull the team name up. Let's keep the energy up. I know it's late, but we're at the good part now. The part everybody cares about. It's kind of like in soccer, like the Premier League. Like nobody really cares about like the lower level teams.
All right, we don't need
Maybe
this.
a
Let's
few
start
get demoted,
talking.
a few are just doing whatever. But like the big 3 is like the most important part. That's
I'm nervous about one player, Joe Mixon. I think Cameron will be good aside from him.
But he should be only out for like 2 to 3 weeks.
I was wrong about Tyreek. He can obviously
Eckler.
What?
We talk about Eckler.
Good to admit when you're wrong. So he's starting Eckler, Matt.
I think that's a good move.
I don't think so. I think Eckler is a
I
bad.
think the Chargers
Eckler is
blow him out.
Eckler is a bench.
Chargers blow him out. And
Who's
they rest Melvin, put Eckler in.
that's going to take Eckler's role once?
Yeah, but Cameron's starting this guy. Like, according to you, Anthony, he's starting Eckler, just hoping that they blow them out and that Melvin leaves the game. That's never
not even if he leaves the game. He still gets a ton of opportunities like last game.
Okay. So I mean, I think he's all right as a flex, but like long term, I mean,
He's not going to start long term.
What?
He has Baldwin hurt, Goodwin hurt. He's not a long term starter.
All right, fine. Dante Pettis, you guys cool with that?
Yeah, Goodwin's out. He had a big week last week.
Yeah, 2 catches.
I mean, we can't judge his lineup now. If we look at his week 1 lineup,
Tyreek had 36 points.
I mean, okay, I'm maybe a little too salty. I mean, Cam obviously has a very good team. Saquon's a monster. Mixon's a monster. Tyreek's a monster. Chris Godwin is, upside. Trey Burton should be really good.
Trey Burton should be. We'll see.
But like, the one thing about Cameron's team is I feel like, he kind of is relying on injuries for a lot of his bench, like Tymont, Crowder. I wasn't high on. Nick Chubb, if Hyde were to go down, he would be like very good, but he's waiting on injury. Gio is a handcuff, and Latavius is more of a handcuff. So, I don't know. You guys have any more thoughts? Matt, you haven't said anything.
I think Cam is going more for trades. I know that because he tried to trade me in Latavius, and then when I denied the trade, he told me, "How could you ever deny a Latavius trade when he's your handcuff?" So I think he's going for handcuffs on his bench for a good trade.
The Marco strategy.
Yeah. I don't believe in that.
You don't believe in that strategy?
Nope.
You believe in the corner of the market strategy?
Well, yeah, but that's different.
Anyone else? I mean, Cameron's a very good team. We'll see how it plays out.
I had him ranked ahead of you.
Oh,
On
what's
it,
that,
game
Ant?
opinion.
My laptop's about to die, by the way.
You charge it?
I guess.
What?
Yeah.
You just want to get out.
No.
Why do you always want to leave things early? We got 2 more teams. Can you last for 2 more teams?
Yeah, I got time.
Okay. Sorry, we had to wait an hour and a half for Anthony to not have his camera show up.
All right, number 2, we have Joe Wilkinson. Let's pull the team
so
name up.
Anthony had me at 3. Below Cameron, as he just mentioned. Stiggy at 2. Toscano at 2. Yeah, I mean, I'll just put my feet back. Let's hear what you guys have to say.
I don't know. With the running back 1, 2 as Kareem Hunt and David Johnson, it's kind of hard to.
Is that bad?
No, very good. Kind of hard to be out of the top 3. Let's look at your wide receivers though.
I mean, the wide receivers scare me a bit.
My wide receivers scare you?
Yeah, Sanders is going to be solid.
I like
You got Marvin Jones. You have to worry about Galladay, Tate. He's
Right.
not going to be the guy he used to be.
no.
Aguilar, let's look at my bench. Alshon. Oh, targets lost. Ouch. Let's go. Will Fuller. Ooh, my other hamstring. I'm out. Ooh.
Harsh. This is harsh.
How old is Alshon Jeffrey?
Do you think when Alshon comes back in like week 6, he's really going to get that many targets? Like
No.
coming off of, I don't
It'll
know
be like
what injury.
week
did he have
3,
right now?
week 4.
What?
His rotator's cuff.
His rotator cuff. So
He'll be
he comes
back.
He looked slow last year. He wasn't even good last year. So I think Aguilar should probably be fine even with him. But I mean, I'm just going to, I have quite a bit of depth at that position. Quincy and
I
Nunwa
can
had
tell.
6 catches for 63 yards and a touchdown. Ted Ginn had
Without Jermaine Curse.
what?
Without Jermaine Curse.
Wait, you think Jermaine Curse is going to come in and just take the steal the show? Yeah.
Not steal the show, but take some looks. Maybe instead of 6 catches, it's 4.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah.
I
That's
think
one.
he's going to come in there and
Do you think nobody on my bench is going to end up
No.
being five?
Not big.
What?
Will Fuller V.
Yeah, the 5th.
Uh,
That's what we do.
Will Fuller V.
You know, Jordan Reed's known to getting hurt. Where's your backup tight end? Who's going to be the $32?
I'll trade Matt.
Who's
trading Matt. I'm trading Joe right now.
Also-
George Kittle, Le'Veon Bell. We're all good.
Also, I'm gonna point out Joe's about to trade me Jordan Reed and Melvin Jones Jr. or whatever his name is.
Marvin Jones. Melvin Jones Jr.
Anyways, Joe is gonna trade me Melvin Jones Jr. and Jordan Reed for essentially what pans out to be Marshawn Lynch and Chris Thompson. So after that trade, I think he's got a strong bench, but he does not have a strong starting lineup.
I didn't make
Oh,
that.
so you are going to do this trade. I'm waiting for my Spencer Ware trade, but
Yes.
All right. So I mean, you
you
guys
know, for a number 2 ranked team,
here's
you
something
got a
wrong.
lot of.
You voted me number 2.
Oh yeah, so Cam Newton, solid.
Yeah, absolutely.
David Johnson. I mean, game script will be.
Don't forget who David Johnson is. Don't forget who he is.
I forgot. He stinks. I think he stinks.
Yeah, Joe.
You know,
You voted
Kareem
me
Hunt
number
also.
2. Why did you vote me number 2? You didn't have to. I didn't tell you to do that.
You pressured me. I only
I
had
didn't pressure you. I just asked for your rank. I didn't pressure you.
I have Cam as number 2 now.
You told me you'll deduct points from my team. I said it.
Yeah, here we go.
I said it.
You guys like Kareem Hunt, or you think he just sucks because he had one off week?
I think Spencer.
I mean, it just scares me that they were at the 1 yard line 2 times.
All right. No, I get it. No, okay, my team sucks. So you voted me 2 for no reason. All right, that's fine. Let's go to number 1.
You'll always be number 2. You'll never be number 1.
I'm not team beta. Relax. Marco. I'm not team beta. And I've been number 1 3 times, more than anybody else. In
Number 1, we have Frederick Wynn. Let's
I've been
take a
number
look at
1
that.
3 times. You've been number 1 0 times. So make sure you know your place over there.
Well,
I can't
Matthew
see you, I
for
can
the
hear you.
Benjamins.
Sorry?
All right, who's Matthew? Oh, we've been over this. So Drew Brees quarterback, I like. He has the
Can I
Zeke
announce
Kamara.
it? I'm the host of the program. Do you mind if I announce the number one team? Do you mind?
I'm nodding my head.
The, the voice with no face. All right. Number one, the consensus number one overall ranking. He had the best keeper in the history of the organization. And, I mean, he would have to really fuck up to not win the league this year. It's going to be very tough to beat him. Obviously, it's Freddie. Alvin Kamara, if there were any doubts about Alvin Kamara, they've been erased. He had, like 32 points. His team name, what's his team name again? Oh, yeah, his team name sucks. Thank you, Matthew, for the Benjamins. But, he's starting AP now. I didn't know that. But Ezekiel Elliott, Alvin Kamara. He almost got Le'Veon Bell today. Very close, but it didn't happen. Thank the Lord.
Might happen.
It might happen. It's still on the table. All right, Anthony, let's hear it. So let's hear your analysis.
You got a solid starting lineup, a solid starting bench. There's not much more I can ask for.
Backup bench.
The hell's a starting bench?
The starting bench is a force to be reckoned with.
The hell is a starting bench, and
It's a bench that doesn't have any cuff-ups.
I wish I knew.
He's starting a solid.
There's any cuff ups on the starting bench, so that's always a plus. Zotes,
Leave it.
you. Zotes walks away. Bips, give me something. Denzel's here now.
I'm back.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, obviously, Freddie's team is really good because he's got Zeke, he's got Adrian Peterson, he's got Kamara, but his wide receivers are very, very weak, and his tight end is not that I know it's coming from me, but his tight end is actually very weak.
Nope.
How many S's can you have in your name at the end? Seals and Jones?
Oh my gosh. Austin Safarian Jenkins.
Sorry, what?
He had a new name.
Who?
Austin Safarian Jenkins.
What about Ricky Seals-Jones? I think Matt was talking about Ricky Seals-Jones.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'll take the lead here. Andy, you got anything to say?
I can't steal your thunder. You go ahead.
So, can you update the roster? I don't see an Austin Safarian Jenkins anywhere.
What?
Where did you see Austin Safarian Jenkins?
It was the wrong person in my head.
Oh, wrong person.
Adrian Peterson is an X-Bears running back.
Fancy pants unless you got the entire team wrong.
We're running out of steam fast here.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, Zeke, AP, Jamal Williams, Alvin Kamara, maybe Le'Veon Bell, Philip Lindsay,
I think
Aaron Jones. He has running backs for days. Drew Brees, solid quarterback. His wide receivers, T.Y. Hilton, Golden Tate, John Brown. I'm not in love. And his tight end, Ricky Seals-Jones, I'm not in love. I think I have a chance to slay Goliath here. But you guys all seem to really love him. So if you have anything left to say,
running backs, I think LaShawn McCoy, whoever he trades LaShawn McCoy to, will be a sucker. And
McCoy blows.
To be that sucker. So we're just kind of waiting on who that person is.
Might be me. We'll see.
Might be me. All right, boys. I think this has been about an hour and a half. So
maybe.
I had a good time. Any closing remarks?
I need to take a shower.
I won't come in last place this year.
That's very confident. And Anthony?
Good job, guys. I'm proud of us.
He always does it best. Away with words, Anthony Guerrero. Good job, guys. I'm proud of us. Let me close it. Give me some, Matt. Give me some.
I don't really want no friend. I don't really want no friend.
He trying 69 like Takashi, call him Poppy, worth the ASAP, keep me rocky. I'm from New York, so I'm cocky. Say she fucking with my posse, Chloe like her.
Goodbye.
Yo.